Did your machine come with 2 bobbin cases in your...
What's up, bitches? Hi, Laura. Hi, Stephanie. Hello, hello. Sorry I'm late. Oh my God. I got a little distracted. It's like that last 4 or 5 minutes can go so slow. So I thought I'm just going to knock around Facebook a little bit. And all of a sudden I look at the clock. Oh. Sound check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. How we doing? How we doing? I gotta turn this down. I gotta hit the mute there. We've got our desktop audio. Okay. Hi, Tavia. How you doing, sweetie? I like Laura's question. Anybody buy any new decks lately? I did, and there's a story attached. My wonderful sister-in-law, Denise, gave me a great donation. So, of course, I had to add to the collection. And I bought a deck that's been out for quite some time. I think it's in a second iteration now. It's called the ukiyo-e. It's after a particular Japanese art form. And it was delivered on Monday, I guess it was. And it said, you know, it was delivered. I saw the notice come through. I went downstairs and looked. I didn't see anything. And I thought, well, my husband brought it in because his friend was there and all kinds of stuff. So later on, I asked him, you know, did you bring a package in? And he said no. And it's like, uh-oh. So I went to my orders window and it showed a picture of one of those padded envelopes on the porch. So it's like, well, it's gone. It's not there. And it was a really windy day. So I came upstairs. I looked out the upstairs window because we walked around a little bit and didn't see anything. Look outside and it's like, there's an envelope out back. My husband went out back and got it. It was open and empty. Now that deck was not light enough to blow around in the wind. So even if the wind had taken the envelope, once the deck dumped out, it would have stayed where it was. And we found a deck nowhere. And then my friend said he actually watched a delivery person place a package, take a picture, pick up the package, and leave. So beware. It's Christmas time. Shit is shitty. People can be shitty. People can be desperate. And people can just be generally shitty. At any rate, I did contact Amazon, you know. I asked for a call and it was a robot, of course, but I was able to tell the robot, even though it looks like it was delivered, it wasn't. And they said it was eligible for replacement. So I get my deck. Whew. Anyhow, today, December 8th, quite a day. This is, you know, for my parents, a day that lived in infamy because of Pearl Harbor. And for me, it's a day that lives in infamy because this is the 41st anniversary of John Lennon's murder. So, and especially on the heels of watching Get Back, and I'm falling in love head over heels again with the Beatles all over again, as I have done so many times during my life, like I ever fell out of love with them. And now my son is falling in love with them. So it's particularly delicious. And it makes this day particularly difficult. As you know, Paul and Ringo are in their 80s now, and John would have been 81. You know, it's a little easier because you think, well, he'd be, you know, old and might be gone now anyway. But it's just the amount of time we've had to do without him. So anyway, that's kind of my, you know, where my head's been at today. We are on an Aquarius moon today. Let's see what we've got here. Yes, we're on an Aquarius moon. We're also under a Mars-Jupiter square in fixed signs from between Scorpio and Aquarius. So this makes it, it's difficult not to overdo and to just dig in your heels and just go way, 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 way overboard in one way or another. Remember, Mars is motivation. Jupiter is expansion. And when you put them in square with each other, they cause tension and strife. So I'm thinking over committing, over promising, overdoing, over, you know, it's about outgo. Mars is about energy outgo. Venus is about income, you know, incoming on the material level. Moon's about incoming on the energy, emotional level. So Mars is what we're doing with our energy, and squaring Jupiter says that you can just, you know, out of long habit, do too much, go too far. So take it easy. Take it easy, folks. And in kind of in fits and starts, because Jupiter is in Aquarius, and Aquarian energy, even though it's a fixed sign ruled by Uranus, so it can be erratic, it can be disruptive more than erratic. Hello, Kelly. Hello, darling. Yay! All righty. Let's get started, shall we? We've got kitty decks. Merry Catsmas. I was trying to think, you know, what theme, and it's like, I'm going to drag out all these cat decks, because why the hell not? And we also have Pyewacket is right there in the abyss, in the void. And you can't see Mitchell. He's right there. But we have 2 of the 3 up here. So they're here. And then we've got little mini golden Bastet. See? To look over the festivities. We're going to stick her right. I'm going to put you right there, darling. All right? Watch over all of it. So the decks that we have tonight are the Cat's Eye Tarot. That's U.S. Games, Deborah Given. We have the Medieval Cat Tarot, which is also U.S. Games, Lawrence Tang. Tarot the Pagan Cats, that's an LS deck, and it's Magdalena, or whatever, and Lola Aragi. Then we have Tarot of the Cat People, Karen Kuykendall. That is U.S. Games. This is Llewellyn, Mystical Cats Tarot, Linnea Weatherstone and Mickey Miller. And then we have Cat Tarot by Megan Lynn Cott, and this is Chronicle Books. And then the other thing, and so you notice these are all 6 tarot decks. I don't have 3 cat oracle decks, and the 2 oracles that I have, I didn't feel were enough to, and you know, I'm doubting my own ability here. Didn't really feel like they went deep enough to do a 3-card reading with. So we're going to let them tell us what the general category is. So they're going to be 2 cards from each tarot deck and 1 from either Cat Wisdom by Tanya Graham or Barbieri, Fantasy Cats Oracle. So it'll be interesting. I did a reading for myself. It was right on. So we'll go with that. I have already smoke cleansed and blessed the decks. My drum stopped. Hello. Where are my drums? Oh, they're coming back. All right. Sorry. We have gotten the tree is up and decorated. The house decorations are done. My husband's putting some more lights and some windows, but the rest is done. And we started baking today, and it's amazing. I made some Slovak cookies I've never made before, but the recipe was in my mom's handwritten super old stuff, and it was just butter and sugar and egg yolks and crushed walnuts, and then you press half of that into a pan and then cover it with a jam, or I used cherry preserves, and then you put the other half on. You bake it for like an hour, and so good. All right. So let's do you a little smoke cleanse, shall we? Shall we, eh? I hope that I'm putting this in the fire. Yes, I am. Okay. So, by air and fire, may you be purified and charged. All within earshot and eyeshot of what I'm doing here. And by water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole. And we bless you, Bastet, and we welcome in guides and guardians, allies and ancestors to come be with us here. Come be with everyone that is watching this, no matter when they're watching it. Help to create a bridge between my guides and your guides, and let's see what we can do with this medium. You know, it's like, let's play. Okay, so I offer to you, Bastet, 3 grains of resin incense, so it's not too much. I offer you this perfume. From the Temple of Isis, and I offer all of the decks. Fire of Azrael, bring the spirit of divination in, and let's come down. Let's pull together, pull our energies together, all right? You ready? Come down into your body. Letting the rest of the day fall away. Now feeling the body relax, the third eye open up. Feel the atmosphere getting cleared by those vibrations, and open up your third eye. Tune in to the pictures that happen. Tune into your imagination, your fantasy mind, all of that stuff. All right, let's do our Astrodice for the collective. What is our theme tonight? Okay, we have the Sun in Cancer in the 7th house. So the Sun is about our expression. What we're looking at tonight in these readings. So I've noticed that this thing that I do at the beginning definitely sets a tone and a theme for the rest of the messages that come out. So tonight it really is about expressing who we are, our creative expression, what we birth into this world, the light that we shine, who we are inside, the authentic self. There's a video that I put up that's dropping tomorrow about the White Witch Tarot deck I unboxed, and the message had everything to do with that, your authentic self. Welcome, Marcy. I'm so glad you're here. So just really getting your expression, focusing on who I am and am I in integrity, and my creative expression. Cancer talks about nurturing, self-care, ruled by the moon. So the Sun is ruled by the moon here. Cancer is all about being receptive. How do you take in life? How do you process what you take in? How are you shaped by the environment around you? So we're talking about self-care here too as well, kind of being in taking good care of our personal expression, taking care of the person that we are. Yes. Sure. I'm not going to eat it now. Oh, my son made these today. These are like Rice Krispie treats. Wait, I gotta put it somewhere here. With cinnamon candies. They're just really good. Anyway, 7th house then is in partnership. So how interesting is this? There's self-expression, there's nurturing energy, and there's relationships. So we're talking about the state of our relationships here and how we nurture ourselves within those relationships, how we nurture the relationship itself. What identity do I retain within the relationship? Okay? That's what I'm getting here. We'll put you over there. Now, we're going to the tiny die. All right, Saggies, let me get a drink of water. All right. Before I start, please, I give you permission to claim whatever reading resonates for you tonight, whether the signs involved are part of your big three or not. These are for entertainment purposes only, for spiritual purposes. So I want you to just claim the message that's yours, okay? All right, Saggies, here we go. have a, we have a 3, so that is the Pagan Cats deck. And then we have odds. So, odds and evens. And I should have done that the other way around, but I was thinking, this is how I was thinking. Anyhow. All right, Sag, what is our general overall? Flexibility this week. And let's take 2 of these to see details on that. Goodness gracious me. All right. All right. Ooh. So we have the Knave of Pentacles. Cards. The Knave of Pentacles and the Devil. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles I see as, let me check something here. I want to know if this deck, if the Knave is a page or the Knave is the Knight. Oh, isn't that funny? Let's look at. And in the book, so this says Knave. In the book, they're called Page, Knight, Queen, and King. So I'm looking real quick here. King. I just need to see if we have a Knight. There's a Knave again. Knave. Oh, for crying out loud. Queen. They're teasing me terribly. Do you see this, you guys? Are you witnessing this? King. Knight. So the Knave is the page. Boy, that took a while. All right. So that is talking about learning, being prepared to learn. What are we learning about here? We're learning the places that we are attached, the places that we are giving over our control to something else, or we're feeling like if we give up any modicum of control that we're going to lose it entirely. Flexibility is, the concept of either control or no control. That's a black and white thing. It's a continuum, right? And that's what flexibility is talking about. Flexibility is kind of a living, breathing, in the moment thing. Not, do I have control or don't I have control? I mean, you can look at the structure of a situation and say, in this particular context, do I have control or don't I have control? But the truth is, there are so many things in our scope of control or not control that it's just not black and white no matter what you do. You always have control over this, you know? So I think it's just time this week to learn something about where you are really attached to having control, because flexibility here says that the shines the light on devil that says these are control issues. So this week, Sag, time to, your sun is an immutable sign, so you do have some natural flexibility. That just comes into sharp focus this week in terms of confronting places where you don't have control. All right. And learning something from it and going, oh, okay, here's how this is set up. Take in the information. And they're telling me one more. Oof. And then we've got death. So something needs to come to an end here. And the thing that's going to come to an end is this black and white thinking in terms of control or not control. All right. It's time to put something to bed for good and forever. And this could be a significant thing, It could talk about indulgences in substances or food or habits or behaviors or whatever that really need to go. And it's like time to have a reckoning, time to learn something more about it, but most especially time to be flexible in your attitude towards things. Okay, yeah, I like the way this works. I'm kind of digging this. Thank you, little kitty. Sorry for the bump. Right, now, this time we'll do the Oracle deck first. Odds or evens? Odds or evens? Capricorn, odds or evens? Odds. And then, for the deck, for Capricorn, we have the mystical cats. Yeah, baby. All right, let's go here first. What is Capricorn's overall focus just as far as this reading goes? Okay. What's VOA? Hiding. Ooh. Okay. Hiding. Capricorn. This one doesn't want to go back in. We're going to take you. We've got the Four of Earth. And we've got the Two of Fire. Okay. All right, so Four of Earth, I'm looking at the cat who's kind of hiding in this wonderful, beautiful bower that he's built, sort of hiding away. And the Two of Fire talks about looking out. So Capricorn, this week, you have been hiding in some regard. There's something, a particular facet of yourself you've been hiding, maybe emotions around a particular topic or something you need to discuss with someone else. Something that you've just been kind of in avoidance mode with, perhaps. And dealing with it from a very comfortable place. Two of Fire says this week it's time to kind of start looking more externally. Let's do one more. I can see how this is shaken out already. The link for the cat tarot is wrong. Oh, whoopsie. Okay. I'll fix that, Mercy. Let's see here. Which one's cat and medieval? Oh, dearie me. Yes, I see that. I shall fix it afterwards. Okay. Nine of Fire. Okay, so time to kind of come out of a cycle where you've really been internal, hiding things inside, sort of just going, don't want to do it, don't want to do it. But this says, you've had it, some things have been comfortably resting for a while. So now it's time to sort of bring forth what's been inside you. What did you learn? What do you have to share? What ideas are you coming out with here? Two of Fire says I've got something creative and I'm sort of looking beyond my own scope to people that can help me with this. So Capricorn, this week it's time for people that can help, people you can gather with. This can also be talking about just hiding in terms of the pandemic and being so very internal, comfortable but internal, saying that it's time to carefully maybe get together with some people. This can be virtual. Please find out what's going on around you as far as coronavirus cases. If you haven't been vaccinated, just stay in hiding. Okay? I'll just put it that way. But if if you've been vaccinated and you've got your pod and you feel secure, I'd say that this week, Capricorn, is time to kind of come out. But then there really is this focus on something creative, something that you put together with somebody else. I don't have any what was I going to say? Oh my God, I read a message and it kicked it right out of my brain. I don't have any placements in Capricorn, no planets, and I don't have a strong Saturn. But this week, or tomorrow as a matter of fact, I'm getting you know, my kids, my family, my sister-in-law is coming over too, and we're baking. We're just going to bake together rather than, you know, last year we made stuff and delivered it because we couldn't get together. This year, this is what our Christmas is about, spending a day drinking tea around the table and baking cookies with each other. So that can be a fine, God, I am tripping all over my words tonight. That can be a fine example of what these cards are talking about. All right? All right, Kathy. I am going to mentally slow down a little bit. I'm going to take off my socks. Okay, high five to my fibramites, layers. Putting them on, taking them off. All righty. Capricorn, Aquarius. Odds or evens, Aquarius? Odds. Boy, this is definitely the deck of the day. Let's see where we're at with this. Okay. Aquarius. Take action. And the tarot is Pagan Cats again. Good. There's number one. Take action quickly. Look at the Knight of Swords charging in. I'm just going to take three. Okay. Look at that. We got two majors here. Okay, Justice, the World, and the Knight of Swords. Take action. Aquarius, this week it is time to take up the sword and go at it, man. This is such an Aquarian card. Just talking about taking intellectual action, but, you know, taking action on your ideas. And then we've got Justice and we've got the World. So bringing things in balance. And bringing something to completion here. It feels like something's ripe to bring to completion this week if you take action on it. The Knight of Swords is looking back here at this take action. So it's like it's time to get your energy moving, all right, to get something in motion, and then it can stay in motion. This is the law of inertia. You know, an object in motion tends to stay in motion. So get the movement going. With two majors, it says that this can be more big internal stuff this week, but it talks about getting your ideas kind of sussed out and balanced, all right? Make sure that when you take action, you have a plan that you're going to take action on. That's what the Justice card is talking about. Something that is planned out, something that's balanced, something that makes sense. And then the World card here says you can bring something to fruition this week. You can bring something to completion, or at least have that sense of satisfaction because you've accomplished something. You've progressed forward somehow. Okay? So whatever action you take this week is going to get you somewhere. Just make sure you have looked over the plan again and you're sure of what you're doing before you take action, and look forward to that sense of satisfaction and a job well done. All right, Aquarius. Ooh. Oh. All right. Next, Pisces. Odds or evens? What do you know? It's odds. All right. It's like I feel like I need to clean this thing. All right, that was Aquarius, Pisces. 2. Back to the medieval cats. Oh, wait. We've done pagan cats. We haven't done medieval cats yet, have we? All right. Here we go. Express yourself. Oh, wow. have the Emperor. Okay, so Pisces, this week it is time to let people know how you want things. Let them know what you want, what your preferences are, how you want things done. Okay, you don't always have to acquiesce. You don't always have to bend. Here we've got the Nine of Wands, boundaries, and the Three of Cups, celebration. So you're going to need to be assertive, very assertive and authoritative about setting your boundaries this week. Express yourself on what you like and don't like. Okay, just open your mouth. You're not being mean. You're not being mean if you say, you know what, that's enough. Or can we do it this way, please? No, I prefer it this way. Nine of Wands just definitely talks about protecting your territory, your creative domain, your home front. But that paired with the Emperor just says, be firm. Be firm about it. You don't have to be nasty or mean. Sometimes when we have, been groomed as a codependent, and we don't have practice just saying, hey, do you mind if I'd rather. Okay, but when we haven't done that, it can turn us into, you can go through all this hectic emotional energy when you set a boundary. It's like, it sounds like I feel like I'm being mean, and it can come out kind of abrasively. But if you just, do your best, be kind, and set your boundaries, people will honor them. The Three of Cups says then everybody's happy. When people are clear on what you want. Okay, here's a big message. Don't keep people guessing about what you want. Pisces, they're not as psychic as you. So it's much better if you just say, here's what I want, rather than putting the vibe out and hoping they get it. So set your boundaries, tell people what you want, but don't make them guess it, and everybody will be happy. What took me in that direction is this Three of Cups of everybody being happier. So you're happier when you know that you've expressed your desires, and other people are happier when they know what you want and they can give it to you. Much easier to get what you want when people know what it is, okay? That's it. These are simple messages. I thought this might be too complicated when I started out, but I think not. That one oracle card, sometimes it's the oracles that can take you really deep, All right. Aries, odds or evens? Any bets? Odds. Hilarious. We have control. Dun, dun, dun. Aries. 3. So we've had 3 decks so far, right? We've done the medieval, the pagan, and the mystical cats, and nothing but the cat wisdom oracle. I might just stay with that for the rest of the thing, since that's all we're getting anyway. Okay, I split you there too. Woo! Check this out. Magician, Emperor, High Priestess. Okay, I was talking about these being simple messages. Oops. Okay. So the issue here this week is control, Aries. What I'm seeing here is you have the ability, you have the authority, and the High Priestess here is talking about emotional control, and not control in that I am not going to feel my emotions, but I am going to choose when I process them and not let them control me, because High Priestess can be about being able to see very clearly. It's like she feels everything. She's very sensitive, a lot of emotional energy, but that emotional energy she's one step removed from. She doesn't take her emotions personally. There's a statement, huh? So to not take your emotions personally means that you don't have to invest in them. Your emotions belong to you, but they're not who you are. They're not who you are. I don't like that we say things like, I am angry, I am sad, I am depressed, okay? How about I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel depressed? Because it's not our identity. It's where we happen to be at the moment. Emotions are always changing, you know? So they can really run us around. But the high priestess knows that they belong to her and they're not who she is. And so she says, okay, what's this coming from? What am I feeling this about? All right, what does it tell me about out there? What does it tell me about in here? And then other than that, Magician says you've got all the basic skills that you need. And the Emperor says, you're the boss, baby. You are the boss. And you know deep inside what needs to be done this week. Okay? And you know where you need to take control. So it is time to exercise your skill, your authority, your wisdom, and take control this week. Control is not always a bad word. Okay. I always have to dance. Okay, Taurus. What the hell? Odds or evens? Evens. See, I threatened them. I threatened to take this deck away. This is an interesting deck because we have cards. We've got 3 different types of cards. We've got these seasonal. I think I'm going to set those aside for now, just so we don't complicate matters. And we have, all right, I will take from these 3. All right, traveling is what we have. And then 5. Back to the mystical cats. All right, Taurus. Interesting, this almost looks like a Taurus symbol. Look at the round with the horns, sort of. Okay, maybe not. Moon. The Lovers. And 4 of Earth. Okay, let's see here. Okay, well, the moon talks about hidden things going on underneath the surface. The Lovers talks about what you're attracting to you, what vibe you're putting out, you know, how your vibe is reflected around you. All right? So all right, give me a minute to tune into this one here. All right, what I'm getting really is the vibe of ritual and spell work. So Taurus, this week, it sounds like we're not talking about a new or a full moon. It sounds like it's time to maybe just do a particular bit of work, because the moon here, this is working with the unconscious, the subconscious, and the Lovers is in order to attract something to me. And 4 of Earth talks about being really grounded in the physical. I'm looking at kind of a similarity here. Space and earth, and what the bridge is here. Okay, So there's something here. This is going to get a little esoteric. The traveling, I'm definitely feeling this as like astral traveling, traveling in your mind, spiritual traveling, because of the moon coming up right here. It talks about dealing with the stuff that's in your unconscious and bringing that forth, or just sort of harnessing that energy in order to attract something to you. And what we're attracting here is material stability. There it is. Material stability, material wealth, stockpiling, definitely wanting to attract in order to build the foundation this week. How does traveling fit in there? I mean, it could say that you have some actual physical traveling to do, but with the moon coming up right next to it there, I'm thinking, no, this is dream stuff, this is astral stuff. Perhaps this week, I mean, we'll be going into Pisces moon. It's just a good time for you to do some trance work, some shamanic work, some astral travel work, lucid dreaming work, stuff like that, towards just really attracting that abundance to you so that you can build your financial stability. It feels not specific though. Any ideas, you guys? I'm going to take a drink of water. Let that let that land. You know what? I'm going to give you a chance here. Family. How does it change if we use this deck? And look at how just one thing can change everything. And this is making a lot more sense now in terms of the dice, talking about family, getting together. All right. So the moon really does talk about the undercurrents of family, the old kind of stuff, that's the emotional foundation that you have from your family of origin and what that attracts to you. All right. And it's really not getting any clearer than that, gang. So that should have landed by now. Any ideas? Please check in. Sorry, Taurus, that feels like it's a little just hazy to me tonight. Take from it what you will. You have your other, unless you're a triple Taurus, you've got a couple other choices. Okay. So we'll keep letting them pick. We've got Gemini. That's Oz. Back to our pattern. Moon is what you need to be comfortable. That's good. Where you derive your security from. That makes a lot of sense, because if we look at where you derive your security, and it's funny because I do think in different terms, whether I'm using tarot or whether I'm reading astrologically. And astrologically, the moon shows where you derive your security. What makes you feel safe and secure? Where do you feel at home? But in the tarot, moon is about the unconscious and the underground stream and things that are hidden, and it can be deception, things that aren't clearly seen, just all that, you know, there's a difference. But that's a good point, Tavia, is what you need to be comfortable. So it really does talk about being kind of in the bosom of your family and in a safe home this week. So let's just take it back to that. This week is about maybe traveling to be with family, but being safe at home, attracting to you the things that you need. All right, Gemini. Hi, Deb. Proceed with care. Ooh. And then we have 6. Cat Tarot. Yay, new deck. Ooh. Okay. Who wants to come out to play? Pentacles, the Empress, I suppose that's the Empress, and no, that's not the Empress. This is three of what? What, darling, what? Wands. Yes, three of Wands. Okay, so I see right there where the three is, there's a little wand. All right. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Proceed with care, Gemini. There's something to learn here. There's something to, talking about you dealing with resources, you making more out of whatever you're given. Let's see here. What they say about Three of Wands. Sometimes, or at the confluence of inner balance and our outward connections to the world, the Three of Wands promises something new on the horizon. Sometimes we can see everything wonderful that's right in front of us, but sometimes we have to turn around to shift our perspective. With concentration and focus, the big picture shifts more clearly into view, and growth and good fortune are within grasp. Okay, so this is a celebratory kind of card. It talks about ships coming in. So like the traditional Three of Wands, it does talk about ships coming in, seeing success, but it also talks about maybe having to shift your perspective to see the success. So Queen of Pentacles says you have skills, and you've used those skills. You use your material resources wisely. Page of Pentacles says you're here to learn something, but this week it says just shift your perspective a little bit to see where you've been and how far you've come. But certainly, you know, with the Pentacles showing up, I'd say proceed with care just as far as money goes, maybe spending money stuff. But certainly something comes to fruition there, you know, and it's a matter of a shift in perspective to claim success with something. Hold on, I'm catching up with messages. Oh, okay. I'm reading ups and downs, reading Kelly's message here, Taurus rising. Good. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you for that, dear. Just because it doesn't make sense to me, I have to not, you know, assume that it just doesn't make sense, period. Okay. So again, Queen of Pentacles is skill with resources, green thumb, the ability to make something into something more. Proceed with care says don't take big risks here, but you can certainly put your resources towards where they need to go and know that something more is going to come back. Something will pay off. And it will pay off in terms of learning something as well. Page of Pentacles also always means like study of some sort, improving your mind in a practical, concrete way. So, so yeah, Gemini, don't just jump after whatever. Take care. Mind your resources is what I'm getting. And just with a shift in perspective, you can claim a success this week. You know, I've thought about how interesting it might be, rather than here's the coming week, to do readings on what the hell happened this last week. What was that all about? And do readings like that, you know? That might just be a real interesting shift in perspective. Okay, bring things in. I'm reading Kelly's stuff. Gotta turn my drums up a little. Here we go. Building on this. Okay. All right. Good. I'm so glad to know. All right. Cancer. Odds or evens? Evens. I'm gonna shuffle the whole deck with this one and just give it a chance, you know? Let loose of control there. Fixed sign person. We have enchantment. So you see how the Cat Wisdom deck has very down-to-earth practical keywords. This one has more, you know, spiritual enchantment, more, oh, you know. So just very interesting how that alone can really shift the meaning of a reading. Okay, Cancer. Back to Pagan Cats. We really, all right, so we haven't done Cat's Eye or Cat People. Okay, Cancer, enchantment. Seven of Swords. Ace of Pentacles. And Five of Cups. Okay. So these are splitting up with the ace in the middle and these on either side, because with Seven of Swords and Five of Chalices, we have the focus is on a sense of loss this week, Cancer, and what the new start is like afterwards. So we've got a sense of loss with the Seven of Swords, somebody taking something away, getting away with something. This could just be the realization, shit, I'm not 21 anymore, you know? It just, whatever it is, it brings up this sense of loss as a focus, and then we have to feel those emotions and acknowledge, yeah, that's gone, and just let it go. Just let it go. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I really miss being able to fill in the blank when you were more physically able, or before, blah, 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 you know? And we can spend time in mourning. Here's a subtle difference. In chronic mourning for what we no longer have and wishing it weren't so. Or we can grieve, which is to acknowledge the loss. When you can acknowledge there's a loss and something's gone and it's not coming back, then you can grieve, which is a healing process. Mourning is a chronic process that happens when we're not healing. Okay? So we need to come out of this mourning and into an active grieving process, because we have acknowledged something's changed. And actually the Ace of Pentacles showing up in the beginning here says that this week we come out of something in a really practical way. We come out of the sense of loss and feeling. We have a new solid foundation. We have a new start in the physical. We have a new habit. We're starting a new habit. But enchantment. Okay, so we can get kind of enchanted by our stories of loss. And we're coming back to this, your feelings belong to you, but they aren't your identity. And look at the Sun identity, Cancer, talking about feelings and processing of emotional energy. So this is, again, that, you know, we can be sucked in by our story and our trauma. And we can come into this kind of chronic mourning because the story of trauma has been our identity for too long. The Ace of Pentacles here is saying it's time to start a new habit, in a practical sense, a habit, you know, of mind, but it really is in the physical. Just coming to grips with where we're at right now and your actual physical situation. Am I safe now? Am I with a good partner now? Do I feel, you know, like an adult? And do I have, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but, you know, how far have you come from that story of trauma, and what about that trauma that has become part of your identity can you let go of? Can you let go of? Because enchantment here is saying that we're just a little enthralled with our story of pain and loss. And we can come out of that enchantment and actually do some grieving, and that gives us a new start in a very practical, concrete, tangible way. Okay, that's what I'm a-getting. Enchantment, of course, can also talk about doing spell work around this stuff to release it, to let it go. That's a little more empowered stance there, is looking at that as doing some spell work around that. Okay. Well, that worked all right. Now, Leo. Thank you, Deb. Okay. Evens. We liked that last one, so we're going with more. All right. Leo. Ooh, here we have summer, the wild energy of midday. So the summer means that it's time to take action. All right. We have spring. That means it's time to start something new. Summer means time to bring something to fruition. Fall means time to complete something. Winter means time to end. Okay. Yeah. Interesting and kind of weird. So, okay. That's what I'm looking for. This. Okay. Leo. 1. Yay. Cat's eye. Leo grabs the cat's eye. Yay. You know, sometimes, I mean, I can definitely go to the more heavy side of things. Being a Plutonian person, you know, always go to the big dark side. So with these, sometimes I have to remind myself to lighten up. That wanted to talk. To lighten up and, you know, go for a lighter interpretation. Okay, that one wants out too. Who else? This one. Okay, 8s and 8s. Okay. Wheel of Fortune, things are changing this week, Leo. Things progress and move on. The wheel turns. 8 of Pentacles, because we work on it, because we're sharpening our skills every single day. And 8 of Cups, because I know where to invest my emotional energy and when to walk away. We can talk about walking away in disappointment, but it's walking away nonetheless. All right. So bringing something to fruition, if we're looking at this energy of midday, which is bringing something to, you know, full circle, then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which represents that circle. I'm looking at this poor tired mommy cat on here with the kittens, and she's just like, ugh. So we've worked very hard on some things. And 8 of Cups says there is some definite disappointment. You look at the little boy getting the puppy, and the kid, he's like, okay, well, he's got a new puppy now. That cat can also be saying, thank God he's got somebody else to torment. Time for me. I'm out of here. Time to get some energetic clear space around me. So, yeah, I would say something moves on this week. Something that you've put a lot of energy into, Leo. And something where you can finally reclaim some emotional energy because you're moving on. Okay? The wheel has turned. Things have ripened. They're coming to fruition. And it is time to now reclaim that emotional energy. The 8s are interesting. All right, nope, I'm going to stick with what I'm saying there. There's a lot of work, kind of a situation. It's interesting. It's like there's a situation that's been exhausted. We've exhausted possibilities, exhausted a situation, and now that we've realized, yes, I've wrung everything out of it I can. It's time to move on. Time to reclaim emotional energy and say, I'm heading in a new direction. I'm heading off. Okay? That one was pretty simple. Yeah, the last few seemed to get kind of confusing and heavy. All right. Turn you that way. Virgo. Odds. proceed with care. And mystical cats. So we've got 10 of Sky. That is, I believe that's 10 of Swords. And 7 of Sea, that's 7 of Cups. And then the cat, the Fool. Okay, so proceed with care. There's something here, a situation that, you know, the 10 of Swords always kind of reads to me like something that's gotten as bad as it can get, rock bottom, something unrecoverable, you know, a situation that's gone from bad to worse and is just, there's no coming back from it. So it can talk about loss, it can talk about a sense of failure. 7 of Sea says there's a lot of imagining going on. A lot of imagining going on, and the cat card here says anything's possible. So this week it's time to shift focus here from this sense of failure, loss, it's not going to get any better, it's crashed and burned, you know, that worst possible scenario, into, okay, what can come out of this? If I apply my imagination, how can I look at this in a different way? Or what can I make out of this? How can I reclaim? Because this cat says it's time for a new start and anything is possible. Anything is possible. Okay, proceed with care. I think there's a little bit of recovery in here too. This week, I'm keep being pulled back to this 10 of Sky, so and to the 0 card here. So I think, Virgo, this week it's time to kind of recover, reset, take care of yourself, proceed with caution and care. Maybe do a little bit of escapist viewing into some, you know, fantasy things here. If we go in a very cartomantic sense, that this week is proceed with care, self-care. Take care of yourself. There's that Cancer in the Astrodice. So proceed this week, Virgo, with self-care is what I'm going to say. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you're taking care of your immune system, that you're bolstering yourself, eating good food, getting enough sleep and all that. Do something that's going to take your mind other places, and then you can end up like this cat, feeling like, okay, new beginning, anything's possible. That's what I'm going with. Okay. So what do you think about next week's decks, you guys? I could do goddess decks, I could do fairies. Got lots of fairies. Libra. Odds or evens? Odds. Okay. Security. And which deck are we using? We are using, go back to the cat's eye. How convenient. We have 3. Look at them kittens. 4 of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. All right. So security and 4 of Pentacles really go hand in hand, don't they? It says that we're really focused this week on security, on having enough, and what we're doing with everything, on holding what we have. So there's one thing to have, it's another thing to hold. You can have enough every day because things come in, as they're needed. But then there's the idea of holding what you have, of I want to bring in all this stuff and I never want to use it. I just want to have it, But you need to be clear on what the point of that is. If you're amassing things and gathering and collecting, what's the point of it? Is it something that really can help you down the line in the future? Or are your resources better used flowing out on a daily basis to facilitate the things that you need? Knight of Cups says an offer comes in, and look at the little page. Oh my goodness. So there is some emotional work that needs to be done this week, or at least some just spending some time with yourself, taking care of yourself emotionally. Page of Cups always suggests to me that it's time to do something structured, spiritually and emotionally, like some meditation. So here we go. The sense of security, sometimes we can attach that to material things, but our sense of security really is an emotional thing. Okay, how safe we feel. How much do we feel like we can rely on ourselves? How supported do we feel? So do we feel is the key word there. Do we feel supported? Do we feel secure? So what comes up for you this week, Libra, is just questions of what really denotes security. What does security mean to me? Does it mean thousands in the bank? Does it mean my partner has a will made out? Does it mean the cupboards are full? Does it mean I've got a solid relationship and lots of family and friends? Does it mean I own my home? What does security mean to you? All right. So does security mean I have the ability to flex and adapt to any situation, right? So the cups here are talking about just really working on what security means to you. And then you can make decisions about it. But there's also a sense here where you just need to deal with the emotions that might be making you feel insecure. That you might be in fact secure, but something emotional is nagging at you where you're feeling insecure. Deal with your own feelings, then reassess. Okay? One of the things I've gotten a lot better at over the years is once the message is delivered, stopping, because I could go on forever if I feel insecure with the answer or the message I've given. So we just give the message and go. Good. Thank you, Stephanie. All right. Odds or evens, Scorpio. 3 odds. Scorpio. 2. Healthy diet and time to wait. Why do I keep turning that way? All right, there it is. Scorpio. I have to say it like that, Scorpio. All right, so we never got cat people tonight. That's okay. The oldest of the decks. All right, we have our Fool Cat out again. We have Earth Kitten. And we have 7 of Earth. Okay, waiting and watching. Time to wait. And look at 7 of Earth, waiting and watching. Healthy diet, Earth Kitten. So this talks about some practical skills. I think this is probably like the page of Earth here. We've got a lot of beginning. Kitten and the Fool Cat. All right. Time to wait. Hold on. So time to wait to me means it's assessing time, not action, but assessment. How are things going? And in particular, we're talking about healthy diet. And as a Plutonian with Scorpio rising, I'm feeling so called out right now. Healthy diet. How are you taking care of yourself, Scorpio? Scorpio rules elimination process in the body. So if you're having issues with elimination, time to look at diet. Hold on here. Okay, I'm going to turn you over and just go with this. Seven of Earth here says it's time to assess, see how, check in. How's the plan panning out? I've worked on things. Now I just have to kind of wait to see what happens. This cat is just going to have to wait to see what comes out of that hole. Got to come out sometime. Okay, so things have to happen and come to fruition at some point. Fool Cat here says keep an open mind while you're waiting. Keep an open mind about what's possible. Let me look up Earth Kitten. Okay. Slowly but surely, you're learning practical skills and refining your knowledge of the way the world works. The realm of the senses can give you great pleasure now, such as trying new foods and seeking beauty in unexplored places. So we're talking about new foods here. How interesting. Study the other quiet pastimes and are especially beneficial now. So talking about new experiences sensually, new experiences in the realm of Earth, new foods, trying new things, okay, and then seeing what comes out. And with this Zero card here, there's definitely an idea of newness, but it's not an active time. This week, Scorpio, is about just hanging back, seeing what happens. Anything is possible. Keep your mind open while you're waiting. And Earth Kitten says just enjoy what's around you. Get information from your surroundings, information from your body, information from your senses, and then just wait and see. I guess that's that. That's that. That's pretty clear. And I think for our collective reading here, I'm going to give the decks a chance. Each deck is going to give me one card. Okay? Why not? I've been kind of picking one at the end, and I thought, hey, why not give them all a chance? So, okay. Now, so this is for the collective. Please just give me one card to contribute to the reading with all these other decks. I'm going to put them that way. And we'll turn them all over. Okay, how about you? So for the collective, what do we need to know this week? The world around us, how we are doing as a whole, as human beings on this earth, how we doing? What do we need to do? Let's do the 6th card this way, huh? So let's start with these 3. We have the 8 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles, and then we have the Strength card. So, talking about kind of weary of working. We've done a lot of hard work. We've got a lot of skills. We've had our hands on the wheel. 10 of Pentacles says things have paid off. And then 8 says because we've got self-control, because we've taken matters into our own hands, we've understood that if I want to master a situation, I need to master myself first. All right, cat people, for the first time tonight, give us a card here for the collective reading. Ace of Swords. Mystical cats. Star. So, 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords in between. All right, so there's a lot of work being done and skills being learned, and we're looking for stability. The center of the reading here, we're looking for that ultimate material stability. Ace of Swords in the middle talks about a new beginning. Stars says there's hope. All right, I'm going to see if these can play together. We'll find out, won't we? Oh, that one was wanting to flip off the deck from behind. Okay. 5 of Wands. And then we've got the Devil here. Oh my goodness. All right. So, looking for security, financial stability, and in the context of our Astrodice, kind of looking at it in a personal way within relationships, as far as nurturing each other, getting what I need emotionally. We've worked at things, we've got a degree of mastery here in the material, but then something new comes in. It's time to cut loose the excess here. I'm looking at coming from the 10 of Pentacles. There's some excess that we have pulled in, and we need to cut some of it loose, because look at where it's headed, towards the Devil here, which is too much of a load, things that have control of us, things that, you know, the stuff has become more important. All right, mastery, hope, and the Devil. Wow. And then we had the 5 of Wands come out here, which talks about things being kind of tangled up. All right. Where do I go from here, you guys? I'm going to go to Cat's Eye again, because that Devil card has just got me confused. It says that, I mean, overall this week, it's talking about the attachment to the material. Look at the Devil coming underneath the 10 of Pentacles here. And if I kind of go this way, we talk about cutting off something and getting some new skills around dealing with the material, so we're not so attached, so it doesn't run us around and control us so much. Devil is the stuff that controls us more than we control it. And then we go this way. It's like hope comes by going the path of the spirit rather than the material, and getting some self-mastery and some control over ourselves in terms of, you know, how rampant we are with stuff. This is kind of timely as far as coming into the Christmas season, and maybe thinking about how much we're spending and why. How much we have to spend, what do we think we have to do, you know, and what would happen if we didn't do those things? What would happen if we didn't go hog wild with money and spend a whole bunch at Christmas time? What if we kind of got cut off from that? And then we go to the spiritual path, and we end up with our strength, you know, our inner strength and our self-control. We can take ourselves out of this tangle. Best defense against the Devil is mirth and laughter. Okay. Yep. I think that, you know, if we go shift from the material into the spiritual, I'm looking at what bridges here. We've got the material here and strength here, and we've got the balance card coming into the spiritual. Inspiration. But that Devil, holy moly, hold on a second. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. So things start to change this week, and this is embracing change. You know, things about things that we thought were just not negotiable for change, like our, you know, what we do for the holidays, how we celebrate, how much money I spend, how going out to dinner for people, all this kind of stuff that we thought we couldn't do without, but we can. You know, the Ace of Swords there says maybe you can do without that. And Wheel of Fortune says things have changed. Things are changing about the way we go about things, and we can untangle ourselves from the attachment to the material. We can recreate. You know, I taught my kids about making a holiday. And, you know, years where, I mean, there literally were no presents because it's like we got no money this year. So here's what's going on. And, you know, maybe I got them each 3 little things, but it was, you know, small things. And they were great. They were just as happy as any other Christmas morning they'd ever been. And, you know, I taught my kids what's important is how you celebrate, the feeling that you bring. You can't expect Christmas to arrive without, or any holiday, you know, without bringing it yourself, bringing that sense of happiness, of joy, of holiday. So this is talking about detaching from the material part of these things, allowing what we're going through now, this pandemic time, and the financial and economic hardships that are happening, allowing these times to change us, to help us move on from this sense of attachment and being tangled up in the material and in money. Okay, so the order was kind of wacky, but I got the message out of there anyhow. And I would say that I do believe I'm done. More water, my lips are so dry. I have my humidifier going because it's been very cold, so very cold, very dry. Yes, holiday shopping, spending, making others happy, that's exactly what it's about, Deb. Is, yeah, our attachment to material things. We need to go with the spirit. And what's the spirit of Christmas? Look at the red and green. Like the wait a minute. Look at the, no, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Look at kind of the red and green garland around this cat, talking about the spiritual sense of holiday rather than being attached to the material there. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I hope you guys got something out of it too. If you did, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button on your way out, and share if you think anybody you know can get something out of this. Share on your social media. There's also a couple links if you'd like to send me a little tip. I appreciate it, and I bless you for all of that. There's a wish list if you want to send me a deck. There's also something that I've completely forgotten about. There is a link down below to, or maybe there isn't. Ooh, maybe I took it out. There was a code to use on Magic Planet, but it's not there anymore. So never mind. Forget what I just said. All right, you guys. Ooh, looky what I have. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm going to leave you with that. You're welcome, Marcy. And thank you, Stephanie, for being here. Thanks so much, you guys. You know how much I appreciate you being here. An unboxing coming tomorrow, and probably a few more coming sometime. Be safe. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the holiday season, okay? Stay healthy. I'll see you next time. This is Luna. Blessed be.